Hey guys, welcome back to our Taco channel, and today we're going to look at Ultraman you probably didn't know. And the original video, there's like 4 to 5 videos. Now I'm combining together and also add some new things. The other reason I make this video is because there's a lot of things that I said in the past videos that are blatantly wrong. Some of them are also a lot of me just rambling and doesn't really have any info regarding this Ultraman. But now I know better, so let's go to Ultraman that you probably didn't know, full series. Number 1 is 3 different Ultraman from Ultraman Joneus series, that is Ultraman Loto, Ultraman Elec, and Ultrawoman Amiya. Loto and Elec is easy to explain. Basically, they are a type of warrior from U40, a planet for Ultraman Joneus. And they appear only and specifically on Ultraman Joneus series, that is the Ultraman. And Amiya is the sister of Ultraman Joneus. Honestly, these guys doesn't really have big plot relevance other than Amiya. Like Loto and Elec is just a character that is from U40. And that's it, they are the warrior from planet U40. And Amiya has a lot more plot relevance, and she is the reason why Joneus regained his memory, which, yes, spoiler alert, Joneus actually never have Ultraman pose. In fact, he has human form. And he fell on Earth, lose his memory completely, but then Amiya came and take him home. Basically some sort of Zophie story, where Zophie came to take Ultraman. The difference is Amiya have a lot of role in the series. She also fight a little bit, I believe. Next is number 2, Alternative Ultraman 3. So for those who doesn't know, or for those who doesn't watch stage shows, which a lot of you guys probably don't, that includes me, but I do see a lot of stage show stuff, like stage show pictures, leaks, and reviews. So I did watch some of them. I don't even know what the story is because there is no subtitle, so sadly we cannot get a lot of lore regarding these characters. The character that we do know of is Alternative Ultraman 3. Alternative Ultraman 3 is some sort of creation from a cult that basically wants to fight off Ultraman 3. In the lore of Ultraman 3, Tiga used to be an evil Ultraman that was a partner of Chimera. At the time, he was called as Dark Tiga, you know, the Black Ultraman 3. So Alternative Tiga was made to basically defeat him. Whether or not Dark Tiga was defeated by Alternative Tiga or not is unknown, but it was said that the fight did happen. Number 3 is the Ancient Giant. Ancient Giant is basically a reused suit of Ultraman Dyna, Strong type, Flash type, and Miracle type. And basically tweak the suit, add some stuff to their face or something. They didn't even change anything. So yeah, this suit was made for a flashback in the movie Ultraman 3 Final Odyssey. Number 4 is Ultraman. Ultraman is an anime made for little kids. Basically what Ultraman is, it's an Ultraman and a cat fusion. Number 5 is Ultraman Pig. Ultraman Pig was introduced in the DVD called Ulbara M78, and he had a misadventure with Ultraman Nice and Ultraman Boy. Number 6 is 7 Superior. He basically appeared in the second last episode of Ultra 7, basically warning 7 if he were to fight Pandon, he probably gonna die. But 7 doesn't care because he wants to protect Earth. But 7 Superior basically tell him that that's not possible, he's probably gonna die. So how does 7 Superior looks like? He looks like Ultra 7 and nothing different was there. And because of that, in the manga version of Ultra 7, 7 Superior design was changed. Number 7 is Alphone. Alphone is the first Ultra Woman we're gonna talk about today. So Alphone is a well-respected and high-ranking member of a Silver Cross. And if you don't know what Silver Cross is, it's basically a medical team that is Ultra Woman Mary is a part of. So Ultra Woman Mary is the leader and Alphone is like a high member. And she is a friend of Ultra 7. And in one of her adventures, she was injured to the point that she couldn't really transform. She decided to end her journey as an Ultraman and live on Earth. Next is Ultraman Phyllis or Phyllis. Phyllis is a friend of Ultraman Taiga, who is blue and basically some sort of genius like any other blue Ultra. Taiga really is close with this guy. Like every time Taiga gets sad or anything, he always finds this guy. We don't know anything much about him other than he is a friend of Taiga, but because he is blue, it feels like some sort of reference to Trigia because Taro is friend with Trigia, and Taro always try to search for Trigia just to see what he's doing. And Trigia is like the nerd in the story, so I hope we don't see any Trigia situation where Trigia just become evil, but this time it's Felix. Next is Ultra King. Ultra King is a form that alien Melos used to disguise himself as Ultraman, and he has a very unique shooting style. And I guess it's because Melos has his own laser, which is shown in Ultraman series where he just put his hand together, but in the manga he was shown shooting like this. Next is Ultraman Ars. Ultraman Ars is the father of Ultraman Leo and Astra. He is the king of planet L77, and he looks exactly like Leo and Astra, which different is he has a lot bigger horn. Next is Drew. Drew is the teacher of Leo and Astra, who sadly passed away in volume 15 of Ultraman Story Zero. What I like about Drew is that he has a lot of skills that are basically martial arts. For example, Stormfire, which is like a stand rush from JoJo. Right, this one is very dark. This girl is called Rutia, who is a friend of Ultraman Ace. Did you know why Ultraman Ace have 2 rings? Well, actually, he's supposed to only have 1 ring, but there's something happened that caused him to have 2. What happened is basically him going into a mission to save Rutia, but it turned out Rutia has turned into remodeled Ultra. She betrayed him because she doesn't have memories anymore, and Ace have to kill her. But at the end, Rutia snaps and remembers and decides to commit suicide to give the energy to Ace so Ace could escape, because at the time Ace already like very injured. Ace escaped and her soul turned into a ring that was given to Ultraman Ace. Next is Ultraman Colorless. Ultraman Colorless is the teacher of Ultraman Taro when Taro was a little younger. The thing about this Ultraman though is that his design is basically Ultraman Dyna with a horn. So it makes you wonder if Ultraman Story Zero is a canon material, then would that means that Ultraman Dyna, the Ancient Giant, and Ultraman Tiga possibly Ultra from M78, because right now we don't know whether or not Tiga and Dyna is from that place. Next is Ultraman Phytas. He is a brother of Melos and has his own armor just like Melos, and he fights using a sword. Next is Ultraman Gorian. If you think that Titus is Jack, look at Gorian. Gorian is so Jack that that is his power. His power is to be as Jack as possible, and that is not a good thing actually, because if he used his super strength a bit too much, he could go insane and could hurt everyone, including himself. And because of that, the next Ultraman Flare, had to commit suicide to protect Gorian from himself. So yeah, Gorian and Flare is best friend, but Gorian has powers that are dangerous to everyone. Flare is not a weak guy though. Flare has a power of fire. Next is Ultraman Prometheus. So before Ultraman is Ultraman, they are all technically humans. Well, they are alien from M78, it's just the way they look is basically human. So what happened? Ultra Spark exploded and infected them, or basically mutate them to become Ultraman. This event though is canon. Even though Ultraman Story Zero is not a canon material anymore, this lore is canon. And Prometheus is the first guy who got mutated by this. Prometheus is a scientist who researched Ultra Spark, but accident happens and he becomes Ultraman Prometheus. Prometheus had a son though, but he doesn't appear in Ultraman Story Zero. Instead, he appeared in the manga Ultra Super Legends manga series. And he was adopted by Andro Flores, and the reason was because Prometheus, the father of Tran, actually passed away alongside his mother. And Trent joined the Android team to defeat Judah, the killer of his father. Alright, let's talk about the manga series that are so weird, but it's still Ultraman series. During 2011 to 2012, a lot of Ultraman manga came out. One of which is Ultraman, which we all know and love, but I don't want to talk about them because I'm pretty sure all of you guys know about those guys. But we're going to talk about the other manga that came out that doesn't really become public, that is Ultraman Another Genesis. And the main character of Another Genesis is Ultraman Blast. So he's basically a warrior from another planet called Planet Exile. And the reason he got a name Blast is because he just loved explosive. So what happened? Basically, as a warrior, he fights a lot of enemies, but then died during the battle. But then his corpse got mutated by a particle that came from Kingdom of Light. So if you don't know what Kingdom of Light is, basically Kingdom of Light is the alternate universe version of Land of Light, which like a crazier version of Land of Light. But Blast isn't the only Ultraman in this manga series. We also have the original Ultraman who looks way different. In this universe, he looks like a monster. And he is not actually a hero, he's an anti-hero who will try and create Kingdom of Light again because Kingdom of Light is just destroyed, and that's why there's a particle that goes to everywhere in the world. Next is Ultra 7. So he was the one that was looking for the shards of Kingdom of Light around the multiverse. He knows that these shards could mutate with people and turn them into Ultraman, and that's why he was looking for them, to avoid any casualties. Now you're wondering who is the main villain of this series. Well, it's Belial, and just like the original Belial, he is the reason everything in this story happens. He blew up the planet, he caused all the chaos. He's just the same Belial that we have in the normal universe, but a lot scary looking. And the reason Belial could do all of this is thanks to Ultraman King from this universe. Remember when Ultraman Belial got captured by Ultraman King, was imprisoned in some sort of moon, which is called a satellite prison. Well, that's happened as well in this series, but it's a lot crazier by performing something similar to that in Ultraman Jeanne, where he take Belial and trap him in the Kingdom of Light. And because of this, Belial randomly found this fluctuation in the mechanism of the prison and explode the whole thing. So yeah, this is 100% the fault of Ultraman King. We also had Leo in this universe, who is the second in command for King. This one is the most unique out of all of them, and it is Ultraman Jack, who doesn't look like Ultraman Jack at all. He looks like a Centaurus. Yeah, a Centaurus. A horse-human hybrid. But this time it's a horse-Ultraman hybrid. Next we have Ultra Woman Ace. Ultra Woman Ace is basically a female version of Ultraman Ace with an angel-looking design. She has red wing and red horn and everything. We also have Taro, which looks like monster. I don't understand, why is Taro represented as some sort of Poseidon character here? Not only that, we also have Glenfire. We also have Ultraman Tiga, which compared to everyone else in the series, he looks the most normal. And Ultraman Tiga sided with evil for a while because he was tricked by his master called Mirror Master. Not the one from the DC. But then two aliens came to save him and show him the right path. That alien is called Luna and Corona. Yeah, Luna and Corona exist as a separate to each other because Luna is more of a good side of light and Corona is like a dark side. Next is Ultraman Acura. Ultraman Acura is the only Ultraman with disabilities. This Ultraman does not possess any energy ability, so he cannot even shoot a normal space beam. But he's a formidable fighter who could beat up anyone. But he was ultimately killed by alien Barbaru, who disguised himself as Sophie. Okay, this one I pronounced his name very wrong in the original video where I said Zaji, but his name is Zorge, Ultraman Zorge. And this guy is pretty unique because he has the power of ice, which is very unique because the majority of Ultraman weakness is ice. Like Ultraman cannot withstand cold. So Zorge having ice power is very unique. Returning to the live action, we have Ultraman Tiga from the Gaiden movie. which is a movie that you could watch right now. It's basically an old movie where it shows the son of Daigo who become Ultraman Tiga. During the 60s or 70s, there's an Ultraman that was created for a singer called Kyotaka. Kyotaka gained an Ultraman called Ultraman Kyotaka, who is basically the original Ultraman but blue. Ultraman Elite Millennium and Ultraman Dark that was made by Thailand company. This Thailand company is Chayo, who believe that they have rights to make Ultraman series. The reason they believe this is because they made the movie Hanuman vs. 7 Ultra Brothers, which yes, it's true, he basically have the rights to do all of this stuff. But the thing is, they only have rights for the movies, like for that specific movies. They don't have rights to make original Ultraman. So because of disagreement, these 3 Ultraman was cancelled and cut down from any projects. Ultraman doesn't just collab with countries though. Ultraman also collabs with a company within their country, which is Idemitsu Kosan. Idemitsu Kosan is an old company who got shut down sadly, so we couldn't see these Ultramans anymore. There are 3 Ultraman that appear in Idemitsu Kosan and the name of the Ultraman is Ultraman Kito, Moto, and Hoto. They don't really have full body suit, they only have glove and the helmet, but later on they get the Sofubis that shows their true body form. This is Ultraman F, but instead of the Ultraman being a man, it is an Ultra Woman. And what unique is that this is not normal Akiko Fuji, this is a giant soldier F, which basically like Alien Mephila's imitation of Akiko Fuji in Ultraman Origin series, but in this universe apparently it's normal. Next is Pico. Who is Pico? Pico is actually the real name of Ultraman King. Yes, Ultraman King is not his actual name. Ultraman King is a title, and that is a real law. Ultraman King is not his real name, that is a law. But whether or not Pico is actually his real name in the main canon is unknown, because this name is only used in manga. Then we have Ultra Saintia. She basically appeared in Ultraman Duel, which is a novel, so I guess that makes sense for why she doesn't have a face. But a fact that I got from her is basically that she's a saint, you know, a kind-hearted character, but also jealous whenever she goes to her relative marriage because she isn't married yet. What the fuck? She also have a brother whose name is Bridge. Next is Mari, not Ultraman Mary. This is Mary from the stage show, and is one of the main character in the stage show itself, but she doesn't really do anything other than spectating. Next is Lara. She has a unique occupation in M78. You know, usually M78 is like soldier and stuff. She is an idol. Next is a friend of Zero who is not really popular, Ultraman Voice. Voice is a music teacher.
Shut out on your shins. Shut up! And the side of your head. Shut up!
Next is Ultraman's best friend, that is Zora. He appeared in 2011 stage show Ultraman Legend stage, and he shared the same name as a monster in Ultraman 80 episode 31 monster called Zora. Next is Peony. She basically greet you and show you around at the stage show. After that we also have Thunder Arrow. Thunder Arrow is the main villain in one of the manga in Ultraman series, and Thunder Arrow is really interesting to me because he is an evil Ultra, and he basically an evil Ultra who isn't like manipulated by dark power. Like we have Belial, we have Tridia, and both of them have like possessed or take over by an evil forces, while Thunder Arrow is just a regular Ultraman and he's evil, which I really want that to happen in like main timeline right now. Like I really just want to see that. I mean, Tartarus is kind of that, like the way he looks like an Ultraman, but he doesn't really have a name of Ultraman. So I wish we have an Ultraman who is evil but doesn't have darkness power inside of him. He's just evil. Next is the Elder, or also known as Choro. Choro is the ruler of the Land of Light in the past during the time that Prometheus is still alive. Next is Ultraman Red, the adoptive father of AT. He is also the best friend of Father of Ultra, but only appeared in the 1980s manga Ultraman 80. After that we have the recent Ultraman or the evil Ultraman called Black Blazar. Black Blazar is a creation made by Alien Barossa to defeat Blazar in the stage show. And we also have Jeet's brother. Jeet's brother is some sort of clone of Jeet that Bella actually approved as his son because this Jeet is evil, ruthless, and also has a form called Kaiser Jeet. Next is Jack or Jack. Jack is, I believe, is an elder brother of Father of Ultra, but he got jealous of Ken because Ken was chosen to be the leader of Ultra Galactic Force. So he tried to make his own Ultra Galactic Force and he became evil. And at the end of the manga, he got decapitated by Ultra 7. After that, we have Evil Ultraman Great. Evil Ultraman Great appeared in Ultraman Great manga, and he is basically a blue Ultraman Great. Next is Wu Lean. Wu Lean is a person who teach and the only person who knows about M78 until he teaches Zophie. And this laser is so powerful, it could literally kill anything on its way. And in Ultraman Story Zero is also the first time Zophie could control and find a way to basically use M87 beam in a way that won't destroy everything. Next is Krot. Krot is an Ultraman that was killed in the first episode of Ultraman series. Ultraman 1966 showcased Bamla running away from Ultraman. And why is that? Well, one thing is he escaped from Monster Graveyard, which is something that wasn't supposed to happen. And at the same time, during his escape, Ultraman and Krot was sent to stop and defeated Bamla. But Bamla was able to kill Krot, and because of that, Ultraman seek revenge. But then again, this is another piece of media that are not known to be canon or not, because Krot doesn't appear in Ultraman Story Zero. Instead, he appeared in the encyclopedia manga called Ultraman to Earth, which is basically a one-chapter manga showcase what happened that leads us to the original series of Ultraman. Next is a female Ultra called as Aura. Aura is the adopted daughter of Ultraman Melos who appeared in Ultraman Mebius Gaiden, Armored Darkness, The Jackal's Legion Revenge. And she is kind of a dick. Basically, her personality reflects that to Zero from the original series or the original movies, which basically means that her personality is similar to that of Zero during the first appearance of him in Ultra Mega Monster Battle Ultra Galaxy, which could mean that Zero personality could be a reference to Aura. Next is a character from Ultraman manga called Ultraman Sister. Her name is Jeanne. Jeanne has a unique story where he ran away from M78 because she just wants to fight and just to look around at Earth. But because of that, she is very weak. And because of her inexperience, Zophie sent out another Ultra Woman called Amour. Amour was sent to basically arrest Jeanne because trespassing Earth without permission from the Ultra Galactic Defense Force. Oh, and Amour is the sister of Zophie, despite not really looking like Zophie at all.